This week on Las Noticias de Wrestfriends, we talk about the real feud between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. We also get some news from a WWE Hall of Famer. And we tell you what's happening with Ring of Honor. I want to start just talking about Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Okay. Oh, yes, please. Let's
Yes.
get into that.
I think this is all because of the WWE draft. And Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, they are technically there's double championships on the brands, right? So you have a Raw championship and a SmackDown championship, which doesn't really make any sense to me. But Becky and Charlotte got drafted to the opposite brands and they were supposed to switch
Right.
championships. And this did not go smoothly because Becky Lynch was like, all right, Charlotte, it's time to give me the belt. And Charlotte was like, no, this is my fucking belt. She didn't say that, right? But this is just how in my head, I was like watching this shit go down. Charlotte is like, no, I'm not going to give you the belt. And she like threw it and tossed it on the fucking floor, rest friend. I was like,
I
not the title,
know.
not the championship. I was like, Charlotte, please. And while you were watching it, it seemed a little off. And I have no idea what it was, but then all of this chisme came out that after Charlotte was like, no, I don't think we should do this segment. It's a little sketchy. I don't really agree with how things are going to go down. I don't want to look weak. And they were just supposed to trade and it was supposed to be cordial and that was supposed to be the segment. And that's not what happened. How did you take this segment before you knew like of the chisme? Did you think it was
Yeah.
fine?
I was like, yikes. Like, what the fuck was that? Because, okay, at first it really did seem like, okay, it's their feud, of course. They're not going to want to just hand each other the belts,
Yeah.
right? But then, I don't know. There really was something there that before I knew the news, there was something there that okay, let me put it this way. When I read the news,
Hmm.
I was like, okay, now that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of weird and a little childish. That's what I thought at first too.
Hmm.
I was like, this is a little childish.
Yeah.
Why are they throwing? Why is Charlotte letting go of the belt, throwing it on the floor, and then Becky, como se lo aventó back at Charlotte too, or whatever, you know?
Yes.
I was like, whoa. And then finding out the news that supposedly, they have an altercation backstage or whatever the fuck it was, that argument.
I'm
That
a hot mess, Rest friend. Hot fucking mess. Yeah, like you said, it's reported that there was like a backstage incident and like people had to be escorted out and people's voices were raised. They were ready to box it for real, put it all on the line. And Charlotte has not been happy with her booking lately. Reportedly, she also wanted to put Bianca over and WWE didn't want to do that. They were like, no, that's not going to happen. You're Charlotte. And Charlotte was like, well, I like Bianca and I think Bianca should win, which I'm like, okay, Charlotte. Yes, that's what we wanted too. But the segment was supposedly produced by Adam Pearce and by Molly Holly, which I'm like,
mhm.
okay. I don't think that's terrible because, good for them, right? It's still working.
Yeah, yeah.
Rumor has it that Charlotte has been pulled from all media events. So, like interviews, Charlotte is not doing that anymore. And I think that WWE is a little scared of what she is going to say if she's unhappy. Charlotte is not one to hold back.
Yes, and you can tell also because her fiance, Mr. Andrade, El Ídolo, he be on Twitter too, like
Talking shit.
making it known that he isn't happy with WWE, especially after that backstage dispute or whatever that was.
Yeah. On the notes, I have Charlotte's AEW confirmed. Do you think that Charlotte would want to be in another wrestling promotion or, be in AEW with her mans?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like maybe she does want to free herself from the WWE shackles,
Hmm.
because her man is an AEW. Why wouldn't she?
WWE Hall of Famer and 7-time women's champion Trish Stratus will be a judge in Canada's Got Talent, and I'm so excited for this. So Trish made the
Hmm.
announcement on social media, and on our last episode, we talked about how Nikki Bella was joining America's Got Talent, the extreme version, and she was going to be a judge with Simon Cowell. And now Trish is also being a judge, but like for Canada, but she's like actually the main. She's doing the main show, not like a spinoff. I don't know if Canada's doing like the Canada's Got Talent Extreme, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But Trish is going to be a judge with Howie Mandel from, Deal or No Deal, but he also does,
Hmm.
you know, America's Got Talent. I think so. Yeah, right. America's Got Talent. I don't.
I think
He does
so. I
so
think
many
that's
things.
what
I'm
he.
like X Factor. Like, what show am I trying to think of
I
here?
know there's so many. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm excited. Our ladies are taking over. How do you feel about Trish's new gig?
I'm so happy that she's going to be out there in the entertainment world,
Mhm.
even though it's not wrestling.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who didn't grow up on Trish Stratus, really? And I bet you there's going to be so many people that are not wrestling fans anymore, but they were when they were little and they knew exactly who Trish Stratus is.
Yeah.
That girl is going to have people tuning in just because of her. Like, come on.
Oh
At
my
least
God.
us wrestling fans, if we could tune in, we're gonna.
Oh,
You know?
yes. I don't even know where you get that. Where do we watch Canada's Got Talent?
Yeah, me neither.
I'm about
But
to find out if they do. I'm going to be a judge too.
exactly. Because let me tell you, the only reason I'm going to tune into Extreme is because of Nikki Bella.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is it.
Yeah. I want to
I
see
want to
how her and
know.
Simon interact.
Yes, I want to see everything. Like, how does she judge people? And I bet you she's going to be like the sweetest of them all.
Oh my God.
Both
yes.
of them, both Trish and Nikki.
Wrestfriend, I know you had mentioned in our last episode that you were excited to see like the things that Nikki would say, like, oh, as as the longest reigning Divas
Yeah.
champion, do you think Trish is gonna be like, well, I was a 7-time women's champion, and I know that that's championship material. Like,
I sure fucking hope so. You know, I sure fucking hope so. She can say so many things that us wrestling fans will be like,
oh my goodness. And it's crazy because there's a different audience, people. There's also going to be
yes.
people who didn't watch wrestling and they're going to be like, oh my God, like she's awesome. Like I want to go back and maybe like see like some of her work. Like what did she do? How did she become a champion 7 times? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, simply Googling Trish Stratus. I want
Mhm.
to see who this girl is. And they go in her images and see all her iconic images. I
Oh my
think.
goodness. And she's so relatable as a successful businesswoman. She's a mom. She's a
Mom.
real superhero. She's a real superhero. And I'm always going to love her. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
She can
Trish
do
Stratus is. I don't know anyone that hates Trish Stratus.
right?
Literally, I've
No
never met
one.
anyone that hates her. And if they do, they're probably men
Yeah.
that
And
are
they're
jealous.
wrong.
Yeah. And I'll punch them.
Yes. So don't even, if you have that opinion, don't even look our way, okay?
No, don't even
Please.
freaking let us hear it. Wrestfriend, we recently found out this week that Ring of Honor announced a hiatus. Well, I really don't know what to call it because there's so many things out there, but apparently they're still going to do like a last pay-per-view in November, December. And then they're saying that they're not going to come back till about April 2022. With a whole new different look and just everything's gonna be different. But apparently they released all the wrestlers but they're still gonna be getting paid till the end of the year, and they're all able to already perform and wrestle wherever they want, which is very, very, very cool. I really like that. But a couple hours ago I found out that Sinclair, which is short for Sinclair short for Sinclair Broadcast Group. Apparently they dropped Ring of Honor for WOW, Women of Wrestling. We were just talking about is problematic because they have Tessa Blanchard's problematic ass.
Who, if you were listening 2 minutes ago, we just talked about them.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. I don't know what to say. If Sinclair really dropped Ring of Honor for WOW, what are they thinking? Have they not seen the tweets by many of us who said we're not going to be supporting WOW? We're not going to tune in.
If you liked Las Noticias de Wrestfriends, you can find the full segments on our podcast. You can listen to the Wrestfriends podcast on all your favorite streaming platforms like iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor. Thanks for listening.